Every pass, every goal, every second, unmissable. Then, blackout. But not all screens go dark. One app, one tap, changes everything. With My Home TV, the match never stops. Live, anywhere, anytime. My Home TV. Your TV, always with you.
Hello and have a very warm welcome to the Morning Echo on Equatoria TV, where conversation around current affairs is sparked and of course analyzed. As you know, always we do have this special conversation from the hour of 7 to 9. But yes, today it will change a little bit. We will start by bringing in the guest before we have the news. So it's another day of trying to, take a look at how it should operate. Yes, as I always say, I remain your host, Nelson Meding, and I will take you through from the beginning to the very end of this program. Let's go for a quick morning drive, and we shall be back with the guest and have a conversation around, of course, youth governance and, of course, elections, plus many other things that you should know around the information that you need to know. And yes, welcome back after that quick morning drive where we have to look at, of course, Rajab Road heading to Kit. If you've ever been actually to Lebanon, you might have seen that road, that river, and that landmark is really spectacular. It's really amazing. One of the places you need to go to and enjoy because the weather is a bit harsh in Jua, but trust me, when you go to Kit, it's different there. It's quite friendly compared to Juba weather. And yes, without wasting much time on what we just had right there, today we are coming in, and the theme of the day is, of course, youth governance and accountability shaping South Sudan. And our topic of today is youth governance. Is the role of youth in governance, elections, and nations building. So this is exactly what we are going to do. And yes, today we're going to bring in a guest, and that guest is one of the youth leader from one of the youth unions across South Sudan, and of course the hosting state, which is Central Equatoria. We are having the very leader and the chairman of Central Equatoria State Youth Union, of course, who goes by the name Aggrey Duku. And yes, before we continue, today is, of course, is Friday 14th of August 2026, and of course we call it our final edition of the week, where we have to take the information that we do today seriously, and we must have a better and meaningful conversation around what we have. Well, looking at the guest today, joining us is Aggrey Duku, the youth chairperson of Central Equatoria Youth Union. Welcome to the Morning Echo.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes.
Well, people might be wondering, who is Aggrey Duku? Who is this leader that is representing all the youth in Central Equatoria? Can you try to open your profile to those who are watching us, wherever they're tuning in?
Yes, thank you very much. Once again, I'm called Aggrey Duku Arcangelo, the chairperson of Central Equatoria State Youth Union. And indeed, I'm one of the chairperson that was recently elected in June, on the 10th of June this year. And as a sitting chairperson, I'm all 2 months in the office, and I'm really glad to get this opportunity to serve my people, especially the youth of Central Equatoria State. And before that, I was also a student leader as well as a community organizer. Actually, the journey started a long time ago when Aggrey started discovering his potentials and leadership trails. And that is why I was able to aspire for this position. And by God's grace, I'm here as a chairperson of Central Equatoria State.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, of course, let us begin with the basic. What is exactly the mandate of the youth chairman of Central Equatoria?
Yeah, the mandate of the union itself is almost categorized into 4 pillars. First, the union represents the voices of the young people, because we cannot open a space for all the young people to just go and talk, but there must be a channel of communication. So the union represents the interests and the needs of the young people. This is one. Number 2, the union also coordinates with the stakeholders, the government institution, on how to provide capacity building to the young people. Apart from presenting their voices, there must also be something that may come to them. And that thing, if it is a training, any other opportunity, it must come also through the union, so that it is divided equally with inclusivity to the young people who are being represented with the union. Number 3, the union also play a very crucial role in advocacy. When we talk of advocacy, it does not limit us only to the youth within the age bracket. We can also have an advocacy for women's rights. We can have advocacy for peace. When we talk of peace, we are talking about the general situation, and also advocacy for the unity of the people. Because when we are united, then we are working towards transforming the livelihood and the nature of our state. So number 4 is now the external factor. The union have also a mandate to network and bring different people on board. We have the right to reach out to the counties of the Central Equatoria State. We have also the mandate to network with the other states, because as Central Equatoria is hosting the national government as a capital city, and also including other youth who have come from the other states. So we have the mandate to build a South Sudan that we want all together with those who are present in the city.
Right.
Particularly also reaching out to other states so that we can be able to bridge the gaps. Sometimes you see around the borders of the state, there are some communal conflict. And this can be the mandate of the union to make sure that we bring the youth together and so that they understand their mandate as young people.
That's amazing. Well, who exactly fall under your representation?
Yes, according to our constitution, Central Equatoria State Union Constitution, youth is a person from 18 to 35, as well as the South Sudan National Union Constitution. This is the definition of a young person under our constituencies or under our mandate. Again, we also check the regional protocols, like the Mobutu, like the CEDAW. It defines a young person from 18 to 35. Yes.
That's amazing. That's really good. What are the specific, well, you actually talk about the mandate, which are also the responsibilities. Some of very serious responsibilities that your office is actually overseeing. What are those responsibilities that you are shouldering currently as a youth leadership or youth union?
Yeah, actually, after our election, we have almost prioritized a lot of things. And the nature of the union is a bit very clear, because the union, it is an agent that that advocates almost for the rights of the people, and we don't have a specific between what has happened in the past and what is in the present and what we want to do in the future. So this is the and number two, in that 100 days plan, we have almost mapped 4 areas. Area number 1 is about the assessment and reorganization. And when we talk of the assessment, we are now trying to know the level of performance done by the former leadership and the challenges that they faced and the opportunities that they got during their tenure. And after assessing that, and even what they have left in the office, because we are not starting from scratch, but we are picking up from where they left.
They stopped.
Yes. So after knowing that, we also need to do the reorganization. If there are counties or any constituency that fall under our docket is not organized, we must put them in place for coordination purpose. We cannot progress when the other constituencies are not organized. That is why we want to make sure all of them are in order, and so that the tenure will be effective and in coordination as well.
Good.
Number 2, we're also mapping out opportunities for young people. Like we are trying to make sure that we create partnership with different stakeholders. If it is a national organization, international, even the government institutions. Because like what I was saying, the union does not only concentrate on the only line ministries, like the Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport. We may also have an activity to do with the Minister of Health. We may have an activity to do with the Minister of Trade and Cooperatives, and so many institutions that we can collaborate with. And that become a pillar 2 in the 100 days plan. Number 3, we are also mapping out capacity building trainings. We cannot progress well when we are not given the sufficient knowledge to start our duties. Like my leadership the executive committees, they require also mental empowerment. They need to be given the knowledge on how to run with their secretariats so that they don't also create conflict of interest within the secretariats. But we need to bridge this gap within the 100 days so that when we shall be developing the 3 years strategic plan, we may have a very streamlined and a very clear objective for the union. Then number 4 is now we want to assess what will happen within these 90 days. So that one is only assessment, evaluation is only done in 10 days. We can evaluate the progress, what challenges we have faced during mapping and all this, and then afterward we can go forward. So this will now drive us to the thematic areas. Youth in governance is part of the area, one of the pillars. Inclusion is also there, environmental protection, and also is part of the thematic areas, even including the capacity, the youth empowerment, especially on the area of entrepreneurship, agriculture, and others. They are part of the thematic areas.
Brilliant.
Yes, thank you.
Well, of course, if you look at young people right now, they must be expecting a lot from your office, yeah?
Yes.
And what are those expectations that the young people could expect from your office? And exactly, how do you measure that this, you are actually on the right track and you are succeeding in fulfilling your mandate and all this?
Yes, you know, with the level of our situation or from the context of our country, young people just need sufficient knowledge. Because you find in my conversation with some of them are having the idea inside their mind to start something. But then what they are lacking is how to start. Like some of them have already identified an entrepreneurship skills, which is almost beating in their head. But then the way to start, because they have realized most of the businesses in the country have collapsed because of the current situation on the areas of the market inflation with the currency. And this become a challenge for them to operate a business within this context. And what the union is now planning to do is to organize a session and to bring these people who have succeeded, like starting up business. We have one of the prominent people, Lado Lokak, who have also started business long time ago. And we have seen him as an inspiration to also the generation that we have. And many others like Kura Jing and many business people who are already there. And we can bring them on board and make sure these people network with them and see how they can also start something of their own. And this is the empowerment that the union have seen it very crucial to make sure it is realized. And the expectation are many as well. Young people they want to see themselves in decision making, because once they are neglected, a lot of things may not happen good at their side. They want to see themselves that they are represented. Not only the representation of a person just to occupy the position, but they want to see that their voices are heard, their voices are listened to, and their voices are put into consideration. And that is why our state government have prioritized the inclusion of young people in the state cabinet, like the ministerial position. And when you see clearly, almost it has been dominated by young people. If not all of them are falling under the 18 to 35, but some of them are seniors, let me say 36, 37, 38, which is very good. So this is the advocacy that we are putting in place. Yes.
Good. That one actually, it's a good one, and I think it's the best way to, map out exactly whether the leadership is doing the right thing or not. Well, Central Equatoria has many youth associations and unions, student organizations and community-based youth group. How does your office coordinate all these different formations?
Yes, you know, the union structure is very clear. It is just like the structure of the government. You see, ours started from the National Youth Union, which is headed by our chairperson, Taban Paride. And when it comes to the states, all the states are having chairpersons, including me, who is the chairperson of Central Equatoria State. And when it goes also to the county level, we are having county associations. Despite of what ethnic groups are there, it represents the county at large. So that county youth association actually reports to us in the state. And when it goes to the PAYAMs reports to the county. And when it goes to the BOMA reports to the PAYAM. And this is the structure of the union that we have. When it comes now to community organization, that one is not part of our structure, but they are also young people. We can coordinate with them and make sure that they also go in line with the objective of the union. Though they may have a different objective there, but we must also make sure that the objective that they have should not encroach to something that will hinder the future of the young people. They should promote their cultures, whatever that they have, it should be of moral values. So this is what we are putting in place.
Great.
And those associations that are community-based associations, we are also working hard to make sure that we have a very good plan together with them so that we promote and we advocate for the interests of the young people.
Right. How frequently do you consult these groups?
The community association. Since I came to this leadership, I'm still trying to map out the community association that are there, because I actually want to create a very conducive environment for all of us. Despite the fact that they are not falling within the structure, but then they also report to me, because I'm the host, state chairperson, and since they are also young people within the community context, we have a very good coordination that we must put in place together with them.
Well, what happened when youth organizations disagree with your leadership?
The youth organization within the community context?
Community, all this up to the last level.
Yes, if they disagree with me, because what I'm looking at is not about the disagreement that we may have, but what caused this disagreement itself. If it is the issue of representation or something of that kind, then we can have a very good dialogue to make sure that this conflict is resolved. Because this leadership does not require logging of heads. So when we log our heads and we begin fighting, then we are not building the state that we are intending to have. So that is why they should also respect the structures that are there, that are established by Act of Parliament. This is one of the most legitimate body that represents all of them. If they have something that they have seen which is not going good in the union, they have the right to come and approach any other person that is concerned there. So we have only one union in the state, and we have also one county youth association in all the counties. Any person that forms a different group, then that person will be anti-peace and it will be anti-leadership. So that is why we are advocating for only one extreme leadership. If there are mistakes, they should find a way to address them. Yes.
That's great. Well, do you believe the youth of Central Equatoria currently have meaningful representation in decision making?
At the moment, we have seen a bit of good representation, though it was through individual struggle Some of them, they got to power through their own networking skills and different connections. Because our country now, if you don't have connection, it is very difficult for you to succeed. But then we are also putting a request to our leaders. They should not only consider the connection that they may have with leaders, with the young people that are there, but what they should put in place is the competency and the integrity of the person that they are selecting to represent. Representation is a responsibility, by the way. And when you are representing a group, you must make sure that you don't disappoint them. You don't cause a situation that will jeopardize their future.
Sure.
So that it does not become a cost to you and your life. So that is why you must represent them to the best of your abilities. So we are also putting a request forward that among all the political parties, we want to make sure that the representation of the young people is in place. Because we are not a political party, but we are a youth-led group that is non-political. But we have the right to approach any political party and tell them that the young people must be represented. They must have a percentage, if it is 20, 40, even 50, because they constitute the largest number within the population context. So they must be represented massively because they are the majority. So this is the advocacy that we are putting in place.
Good. Is the problem lack of representation, or is it that young people are represented but their views are not taken seriously in case there is representation that is happening?
Yes.
The impact is not actually being seen.
Yeah, I think if I can quote it well, from 2018 up to date, like what I was saying from the beginning, I said the representation that we have mostly in the government, it is through political parties. And since this is government of the national unity, constitute of the peace peace partners, those who are within the peace agreement, then most of the people in the government came through this political representation within the political parties. And the representation that we have, I may not say that it is completely bad, but it is good. But then we need to put more efforts to make sure that the voices of the young people are heard in different corners. We don't need the issues that are taken seriously to be centered only in Juba. We want to see across the states that the issues of the young people are put on the table, and they are resolved peacefully and are given solution to them.
Great. You are watching The Morning Echo on Juba Echo TV, and today we are in the studio with Aggrey Duku, the youth chairperson of Central Equatoria Youth Union. Yes, of course, if you're watching us on Facebook, please do drop in your comments, your opinion in the comment section. And as well, if you're watching us on mobile phone, especially my home TV or Afro Mobile, please, if you want to also include people, in case you have Star Time, we are on channel 529, and that's where you can get us on Star Time. Don't forget to do that. And yes, now let's actually transition our conversation on youth and government. Now, Central Equatoria hosts the national government, but it also hosts its own state government. How does your youth leadership connect with Central Equatoria state government?
Yes, that one is one of the best questions. As a host state, and we are hosting almost different ethnic groups. Even the diplomatic corps are here. People from the region are here. Let me say it, Central Equatoria is having the vast and diverse communities within the state. And having said that, and the Central Equatoria State, that is headed by our governor, the governor of Central Equatoria State, His Excellency Emmanuel Adil Anthony. And they are doing their part also in coordinating with the national government. And from the youth context, we are also putting point forward that we are also working towards coordination with the national government. For us, we have a very clear access to the ministries, whether being in the state or national, because we are in the host state. But for the other states, they are facing challenges because they may require travel to come and meet maybe a national minister or something of that kind. So what we are advocating for is let them provide an open door policy where they can also listen to our concerns and they can have a conversation with us. Because we, the young people, we are not an island to be isolated from decision making. But then, you know, when a young person presents his concern to an elderly person, he feels honored and recognized. Even though the decision that may, the feedback that may come may not be 100%, but he may feel that he has already presented his issue, and his heart will feel comfortable. And this is what we are requesting from our leaders to make sure. If this open door policy is put in place, I believe it can reduce the issues that are affecting young people in the state.
Right.
Because even at home, when a father does not give opportunity to listen to his or her, to his son or her daughter, it will become a challenge. So that person may feel like he's neglected or she's neglected. So she may find her way to go outside there and maybe seek another direction. And this become a challenge. So we are putting an advocacy on the ground that our leaders should give a room and a space for us at their schedules.
Great.
Even though how busy they are, there must be a time.
Of course,
yes.
Do you have regular consultation with the governor or relevant state institution, or when you meet them, do you present youth concern as they and then they act upon?
I believe since I came to this office, I met governor on an official visit. We paid a courtesy to him. And the main agenda was we presented the 100 days plan, which include the challenges affecting the leadership and the young people at large. And we also presented most of the concern affecting our youth across the border, like the incident that happened in Kajukeji, which we were a bit dismayed and we are a bit shocked because the sovereign state like South Sudan requires a good protection across the border. And those youth who are there, some of them are displaced and they're facing a lot of challenges, which we also presented that requires a maximum humanitarian support to be extended. Again, we have also identified issues that are affecting young people. Let me say it, maybe the conflict-related situation between the youth within the counties, which we have also presented to him, that requires us to go to those counties and make a very good coordination. Because in our plan, we shall be visiting all the counties, and we want to create a coordination and want to hear directly from them what are the challenges that are affecting them within the counties. So we also presented a request for them to support and also to engage with developmental partners to make sure that the union is given maximum support.
Right. What mechanism exists for young people to hold government accountable?
Yes, for us to hold government accountable, number one, we need access to information. When you know the information that 1, 2, 3 has not gone wrong within a specific ministry, then you need to know also how you can approach another state of another level where that issue can be tabled.
So,
Like when there is, let me say, an issue within the union, we are also having a very good structure in place. Like when the chairman has not acted in a transparent manner, there is what we call a council, where the constitute of the representative of the counties in that council, they can table a motion that the chairperson have done 1, 2, 3, which require either an impeachment or something of that kind. When also they have discovered that the chairperson is insane, is not having now the capacity to perform his duties, they can also table a motion with an agenda. So if we can try to create that transparency and making sure leaders are put to be accountable for what they do, then we can go to a very good standard. So we're also putting a request that any information that requires public consumption must be availed within different government institutions, so that we don't advocate for something that we don't know. We must advocate for something that we have already known and we have seen as something that will hinder a generation, or it will cause a distraction to a generation.
Okay, that's great. Well, that brought us to the question of what is your honest assessment of the Central Equatoria State government performance on youth issues?
Yes, you know, when we talk of the state government, we are actually, for us as young people, we are training ourselves to be transparent and to say it, when it is white, let it be white. When it is a black color, let it be a black color.
Black.
Since I came to this leadership, I have known there are a lot of gaps, particularly before I could come to this leadership. I have seen that the union was not having a very good coordination with the state government. And I don't know exactly what triggered that, but we are making sure that
It has to be restored.
yes, has to be restored, and we need to work hand in hand with the government. And one of the issues that I've seen within the political ground, that most of the time we see groups of politicians, maybe they are trying to do their things, which is not bad, but should not be on a tribal basis. So they should put a space where issues can be addressed constructively, and when we need to criticize someone, criticize him constructively. So this is one of the things I want to make sure that we advocate for.
Great. What is the government doing well, and where is government falling short?
Yes, what the government is doing well is by promoting young people into the leadership. This is one of the things I've seen is very good. Number two, they are also trying to put their maximum efforts to make sure that other issues are addressed. So this is one of the things I've seen which is very good, particularly with the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport, because they are also part of the government. So I've seen that they are doing good. They're bringing more partners on board, which it is of benefit to the young people. Number three is some of them are having this open door policy, which is a very good one. I also want to say that meeting the governor is a bit easy now, because of this advocacy that we are putting in place. So one of the issues I've realized, it was through our meeting with him, the union, when we went and met him and we presented our concern and the plan that we have. And maybe one of the issues that I've seen that still not put in place is the empowerment of the young people in different sectors. Young people does not need financial assistance, because when you're given finance today, once that one finishes, you may also come back again. But what we need to make sure that the government avail for us is the economic empowerment. Young people should be given opportunities ahead of training. They should also go outside and explore the different participation of young people within or outside the country. So this is what we have seen, that the government must put more effort in making sure that it is in place. Number two, government should also open training centers around the counties. Like at least there must be one man in all these counties. So if these are put in place, I believe the face of this state or this country will look different, and young people will champion the economic empowerment. Number three is also that it's very crucial for the government to create a very good environment for education. When we check our education sectors, there are a lot of loopholes, especially the payment of the salary of the teachers, which in one way or the other it has caused a very bad indicator. And this is not only to the teachers, but also other civil servants. Yes, the government should prioritize and making sure that the arrears of the teachers are paid, and also the public services staffs, so that they can be able to offer adequate and effective service to the states.
Brilliant.
The last but not the least is teachers also requires empowerment, because with this digitalized system that we have, they should not teach things that are already outdated. They should also go together with the world. I know the curriculum that we have sometimes need also some upgrading. It has to be put in place. Other things has to be incorporated. Like when we talk of issues to deal with patriotism. Patriotism is one of the topics that also has to be put there.
Properly taught, yeah.
Yeah, properly taught, so that we teach this generation on how to love their country, and they should also work for their country. So this is one of the important issues that we have identified and must be also put as a priority within the education sectors. So this is briefly about what I can say.
Great.
What need to be done.
Yeah, sure. It's really great. What should be the mandate? I mean, the immediate priority, or priorities in numbers, or is enough being done about youth unemployment? Because this is the main problem right now.
Yes. Yes. The immediate issue that need to be done is now the youth empowerment, which is on economic empowerment. When you check, unemployment become almost a national threat, because you find a very big number of maybe thousands people graduate almost every year. And these people, you will see maybe sometimes 70% of them are jobless. This can even risk the situation of the country, because when someone is jobless, a lot of things may come into his mind.
Of course.
He may think of, like, this country does not fit for him. He may think like he's the only person left behind. He may also think like he's the only person who is not recognized by these different sectors. But I have a message that is almost vice versa. Number one is for the government to open up spaces that can give life skill training to these people. Because when you are a graduate does not mean you know everything.
Sure.
We are having graduates who only knows the theory, but they don't know the practical part.
Sure.
Which must be put in place through this life skill training. So government is also empowered and make sure that there are spaces for let me say for training, like the skill training, like carpentry, auto mechanic, catering, hospitality, and different trainings, so that when a South Sudanese applies in these hotels, these people does not say this person does not have capacity or does not have skills. Because most of the challenges when you assess this report that comes, they said most of the South Sudan does not have the skills.
The skills, yeah,
to
run
work,
the hotels.
to work within the hotels. So for us to fight that or to encounter that situation, government should empower them and make sure those spaces are there together with partners, because sometimes the government may not have the full capacity to do that, but they can also coordinate with partners to make sure, like the TTC, this place of the one MTC, yeah, that one is also good for the government to work hand in hand to make sure that young people are recruited there in massive number, especially the Tibet program that need to be put a priority at the moment. The other message to also my fellow youth outside there is that we should also not wait until what the government will do to us. We should come up very creatively and make sure we open opportunities for ourselves.
Great. Actually, let's be very brief because time is also...
Yes, okay.
Yeah, yes. There is sometimes criticism that youth leaders become too close to government and stop speaking honestly about the challenges facing young people. How do you respond to that?
Yes, that one will also happen when youth body relies so much on the government. For us, we are non-profitable and we are non-political, and we are independent. All our decisions must be independent from what the government wants to do. So with that in mind, when we go to a government institution, we present an agenda. We don't go and say we need money and we need everything. We present our agenda. If it convinces them, it is their right to say, I will support. So for a union to make a very bold decision for their own, they must have an agenda. And that agenda must be translated into what can happen. So for us also to be an independent institution that have our own decision requires a massive unity from the young people. So when we are united, our voices will always be one. Because across, you may find out a group of people, a group of young people, sum up themselves and they will start working against the leadership. Instead of coming directly and say, Mr. Chairperson or Mr. Secretary, you have done 1, 2, 3, which you have seen is not good. What we need you to do is adjust yourself so that we all go together. And if young people can do this, I believe our voices will always be united. And we are ready to work with partners. We are ready to work with the government on our agenda. And what we need from them is guidance. Whatever they can guide, we can also take it very positively.
Right. If the government makes a decision that you believe is harmful to young people, are you prepared to publicly challenge it?
Yes, we can challenge that, because as a government, this is a government that goes from the community. And if that government is a representation of the communities, which all the young people are included, they must also create something that is good for this country. So if they create an agenda that is against the young people, we are ready to inform the public that 1, 2, 3 has happened, and we are condemning that. So this is what we are ready to do, because the agenda of the young people must be straight and must not be politicized.
Sure. What are the three biggest problems young people in Central Equatoria are bringing to your office today?
One of the biggest issue now is the issue of the gang groups, which we have discovered that most of the young people are in the streets, and including even the Torontos. So I believe that those who are outside there, the union is ready to engage with them and to hear from them what are the causes that led them to engage in such bad activities. After listening to that, we can now see what programs can we provide to make sure that we rehabilitate that situation. So we inform them of what this nation needs. This is one. Number two is the issue of funding. Most of the time the union runs out of funding. Not only the union, but different youth bodies within the counties. Sometimes we may come up in an agenda, but it becomes very difficult for us to get funding. So this is one of the biggest issues that we have identified. Number three is the issue of mobility. For you to work from one place to another requires support. Requires transport. And sometimes we give what we have. With the situation that we have as young people, we don't have enough to offer to the union. But the little that we have, sometimes we make sure that we facilitate with the activities. So we're also putting a request that any support that can be rendered to these youth associations, to the unions, it will always be of great help.
Great. Now we move to one of the biggest political questions facing South Sudan right now, and that is the December 2026 general elections and the role of young people in them. Now, let us talk about the December 2026 general election. What is your honest assessment of South Sudan preparedness for the elections?
Yes, I think after my election, I happened to visit almost 2 counties, that is Kajukeji and Yei. And with that visit, in my conversation with young people, indeed young people are ready for election. They are ready for election, and young people also saying they are not only voters in this election, they are also ready to be voted for.
Okay.
And they are ready to represent the interests or the percentage of the young people in different levels, whether being in the parliament, whether being in the county council, whether being in the national parliament, whether being even these executive positions. So they are ready for election. If it is going to be a good or bad election, they are ready for it. But our advocacy is going in one angle. We are informing young people that let us go for this election. If it will happen immediately, or it will happen at any time that the commission may decide, we are ready to go for that. Because we want to form a very legitimate government that represents the interests of the community, not of the parties. We have also seen that the government is very huge. This huge government is consuming a lot of resources. So for us to reduce that, we must go for this election. I believe bad election is better than no election. But then we are informing young people not to engage into conflicts during this time of election. We're also putting a request that civic education must be carried massively so that our people in the grassroots understand how to vote and how to vote a very good leader.
Sure. Do you believe the election can actually take place, and what are the biggest challenges that you think could be the obstacles?
Yes, the biggest challenge currently is now the issue of the all-out groups, which the government is actually engaging to make sure that these people are brought on board. Number two, the government should also put the issue of the civic education very serious, particularly the commission, the election commission. They should also bring young people on board. They should also train trainers that can be sent to different counties to make sure they also offer sufficient knowledge about the election. And I believe if that can happen, it can create a very good environment for election. What we need to do is to make sure that the security across the states or across the counties is put in place so that it avoids violence, or it avoids even post-conflict violence that will happen after election. We want to make sure that we have a very peaceful election and free election, that it is very transparent, and so that these people or the community or the citizens elect their leader.
Great.
That of their interest.
In regards to election, we actually seen the governor talking about the whole out group. One of them is the general that is based somewhere in Ondurwa, asking him to actually approach peaceful measures so that election is carried out and they can also come and present their views. As the youth chairperson of Central Equatoria, what can you tell to the population of Ondurwa and the people that are there in case this message reach up to the group that is actually responsible for the conflict over there?
Yes, what I can say, actually government engagements can be a bit different from our engagement, because I may say that for us as young people, we are informing our age mates or those who are under our category that they should not be used as tools of distraction. If they have any grievances, should not go in sacrifice of blood of our people. And most of the politicians or most of the people that use them to fight, these are people who are having their own agenda. And sometimes when they get into power, sometimes they forget.
They forget it.
These are people who have been in the struggle for fighting. So we are informing them that it's good for us to sum our voice together and make sure we fight from within, and we make sure that whatever we want to do must be heard.
Good. What should be the role of young people in the December elections, and should youth participate mainly as voters? Should more young people contest for political office, or demand a specific commitment from the political parties?
Yes, actually for a person to contest, the basic requirement is that you must have a political party. And we are also informing young people to join any political party that they think fit the ideology that they have. Because this multi-party system is good. We don't need young people only to go for a specific party. Let them go outside there. But whatever they bring, they must make sure that they represent the interests of the young people. They should not go there only to represent their selfish interests. So I'm informing them that let them go outside there and hand. And the union is ready to receive them and bring whatever they have. If a young person brings the seat of even a commissionership, we're also ready to support. If a young person brings a seat of a member of parliament, we're also ready to support. Even if a young person aspires for governorship, we're also ready to support. So we are informing them to go outside there and play a very good politics.
Good. Well, how can young voters avoid manipulation?
Yes, we can avoid manipulation through carrying a massive civic education. Number two, manipulation does not happen with the voters, but sometimes with the institution that we have, they must be empowered and must be a transparent institution, like the National Election Commission. So once this institution act outside, they should not be politicized, actually. So these bodies must make sure that they act with integrity. They should make sure that their integrity must be the first priority. If they compromise with their integrity, then history will go bad against them. So they must make sure that they're transparent, they are not aligned to any political party, and they must serve with due diligence and with commitment to achieving their mandate.
Great. We have heard politicians repeatedly say that young people are the leaders of tomorrow. Do you agree with this statement?
Completely no. It's a very big no. Young people are leaders of today, tomorrow, and even the future. Because our future starts from now. We don't need to forge a future of tomorrow that does not have today. So our future is today, tomorrow, and the future. That future that they are saying. Because if they don't give us space to start now, the future will be very different and it will be very dangerous. So tomorrow begins from today. So without today, there is no tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
As you, the chairman of Central Equatoria, what is your own honest political position going into the December 2026 election?
Yes, my honest position is that for us as a union, we don't belong to any political party. Despite members within the union may have their own political party, but we are informing them that when you come to the union, you must come with clean hands. You must make sure that you promote the agenda of the young people here.
Regardless of political affiliation.
Yes, not your political affiliation. So you don't come to campaign inside the union, but you go from the union outside and campaign. That one is your right as a member of any political party. Number two, this election is very crucial, and it is going to define our second phase of the history of this nation after the liberation. This election will inform the entire world that South Sudan does not define by the war that we have, but we must be defined by the potential that this nation has. So our leaders should also learn to set a very good history for future reputation. So what history that they will set should be of good to the generation that we have. That bad history, if they set, it will be very bad for our generation to clean it. Because for you to clean a bad history requires a century, or it requires a decades of years for us to meet the international demand.
Sure. Are you considering contesting for a political party or office, let's say, or do you intend to support a particular political platform?
As a chairperson of the Central Equatoria Youth Union, I'm not contesting, and I've not made any decision to contest at the moment, because as a sitting chairperson, I have a very big role to play within this period, because I'm actually advocating for free and fair election. I want to see that young people come up with a very bold decision in contesting. So we're also seeing that those young people who are coming, there must be people who are potential, who are competent, and who are having an agenda to play.
Great.
So for us, we don't support just for the sake of support, maybe because you are young, but we support someone who is having an agenda.
Great.
Yes.
What principles should guide political decisions, and what should young people look for when choosing candidates?
Yes, what I can advise at this question, this important question, is that young people should not only see people from where they come from. Young people should not only see the ethnic group that that person comes from. Young people should not only support because maybe you come from the state, from the same county or the same place where that person comes from. But they should see the competency and the qualities of a leader that they need that person to serve them. So that one will be a very clear direction for transformation.
Great. If you had one message to political parties about young people ahead of the election, what would it be?
Yes, my message is that political party is just like a small family that you go there to get power to serve your people. Does not mean that you'll only serve the members of your political party. But once you are elected, you must make sure you serve all the people, despite of their political colors. So if young people do that, then we shall have a very clear direction. Amazing.
We're almost toward the end, but yes, there is one element of our conversation, which is constitution-making process. Well, South Sudan is going through an ongoing constitution-making process. What does your leadership believe young people must demand from this process?
Yeah, when we talk of constitution-making process, it is giving a constitutional obligation to all the citizens that that constitution must be owned by the entire country. And then their concerns must be put in place. I believe South Sudan is going for an election without the permanent constitution, which was part of the agreement. But then this constitution-making process, I believe it is a process that must be inclusive and must be direct. They must engage people directly, especially the people in the grassroots. Because most of the time, these are the people who are facing a lot of challenges. And they must make sure that they understand the constitution, and they must also contribute their perspectives on making sure the constitution is inclusive, so that they don't go against the constitution. And I believe there is one of the principles that says the ignorance of the law does not give a room to excuse you from being punished. So for you to excuse someone, that person must also understand. He must own that law. So that is why it is a prerequisite that this permanent constitution must be put in place.
Great.
Even though before election or after election, we must have a constitution that is governing this nation.
Good. Should youth representation be granted, and should the constitution contain stronger provision on youth employment?
Yes, it must include a very bold, precise, and very clear article for the young people, so that every institution must at least include percentage for young people.
Okay.
Like when we talk of, when it is coming to, let me say, most of the ministries, when you check, young people maybe are not all that many there. But then we're also saying in the constitution making process, each institution must allocate a percentage for young people.
Okay, that's great. Looking at the same constitution making process, What about education and vocational training? And should youth organization have a formal role in this process also?
Yes, when we talk of education and capacity building trainings, this is where young people can be empowered. I just want to relate to other countries like Japan. You know, Japan developed on technology most of the time, and they have only relied on giving life skills training. And now when you see most of the cars come from Japan, it is a good of skill training. Most of them, they go and they're trained, and automatically they start earning something for their living. So South Sudan should also create especially many training institutions that offers life skills training, so that those who cannot afford to go to high schools, universities, they can find a sort of way to get trainings of those kinds,
right?
So that they can also earn living.
Yeah. Do you think young people are sufficiently involved in the constitution-making process? And if not, what needs to be changed immediately?
Yes, this constitution-making process, I actually did not address my mind so much on that, but it requires also the representation of the young people. Like in the parliament, we find that there is a young parliamentarian caucus. That young parliamentarian caucus includes this is a caucus for young people there. So, and then inside the parliament also we have a youth representative. So the same way in the constitution making process, there must be also the representation of the young people. Like representing the voices of the young people. Because when a young person engages with another young person, most of the time they understand themselves very quick. That is why it is very important for the young people to be included in the constitution making process.
Good. If you are given the opportunity to put only 3 issues affecting young people into the new constitution, what would those 3 issues be?
Yes, number 1 is the involvement of young people in decision making, particularly the governance. This is one. Number 2, the issue of empowerment, youth empowerment. So this is one of the issues we want to make sure that it is within the constitution. This empowerment can happen through institutions, at least like the parliament. There must be a specific percentage of the young people to be represented there. Apart from the struggle that some of them can make from their constituencies. Number 3, that I've seen also very important to be included in the constitution is these independent institutions, like the independent commissions. These commissions is also good that young people must be included in. And generally, about the 3 pillars of the government, like the separation of power, when we talk of the parliament, executive, and judiciary. So these 3 powers are the pillars of the government. Young people also must be included.
Good.
So that they take part. Because the logic behind is that after someone retired, what comes to their mind? There must be someone to replace.
Yeah.
So now all of them retired, and there is no any person that they have trained.
Yeah.
So what will that institution face? A very big challenge.
Sure.
Yes. So that is why young people must be included in the institutions.
Right. As we close the week and as South Sudan moves towards December elections and continues the constitution-making process, what is your message to the young people of Central Equatoria?
My message to my fellow youth is that as the election is approaching, I urge all the young people to be well informed of their rights. We don't need to see a politician calling young people for something that is not good, for an act of violence. We don't want to see young people being used for distraction this time. That is why I'm informing you to know your rights from here. You have the right to be voted, and you have the right to vote. Voting is a responsibility, and it's a lifetime decision. Whatever you vote may define your future. So I urge that you make a very good decision this time, so that our future is defined and it is made clear for the generation that will come after us. So history will be always registered by us. We are the majority. And every decision we make, we must make sure that we are satisfied with it.
Right.
So this is the message I want to give to my fellow young people in Central Equatoria, as well as my counterparts from other states. Thank you.
Okay, Aggrey Duku, thank you so much for coming in. And to our viewers of Juba Echo TV, thank you so much for being part of this wonderful program. We do hope to see you again later in this same hour to review all the news stories that we got in and around the country. Let's go for a commercial break. I shall be back to review, have a short review of what we have in the newsroom. Bye for now.
Every product, every journey, every successful business begins with one thing: logistics. Imagine an Africa where borders create opportunities, not barriers, where goods move faster, businesses grow stronger, and innovation powers prosperity. That future begins in Juba, South Sudan, from the 25th to 27th August this year. The magnificent Pyramid Continental Hotel hosts the 7th Global Logistics Convention. Pyramid Continental Hotel. 3 unforgettable days, one powerful gathering. Meet industry leaders, policymakers, investors, freight forwarders, transport innovators, and business executives shaping the future of African trade. Explore cutting-edge logistics solutions, build strategic partnerships, unlock investment opportunities, and discover the next chapter of regional integration and economic growth. Will you be there? Register today at www.globallogisticsconventions.com. Hosted by South Sudan Freight Forwarders Association, powered by Capital Pay, VI Service, Kun Climate Center, Corporate Bank of South Sudan, in collaboration with the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Transport, Road, Bridges, and the South Sudan Chamber of Commerce. GLC 2026, where trade meets opportunities and logistics spurs growth.
Good to see you. It's been a while. How are you?
Hey.
Are you around?
That you're
Where are you guys headed to?
Sweetheart, I'm going to Entebbe.
Oh,
I was
amazing.
supposed to go on Tuesday, but I missed that flight.
Of course.
And I have to wait for tomorrow.
That is good that you're also going to Entebbe. But what about you, Diana?
I also had Premier go to Mogadishu from Nairobi.
Okay, that is good.
Since they are dealing with cargo, I also have some cargo I have to send to Mogadishu.
Good. All the best. I just hope you get it and you're through with your cargo. Even you, Vicky.
Thank you,
I just
darling.
hope you get for tomorrow and you're
Thank you
off.
so much.
Thank you so much. I have to catch up.
Okay.
Let me let you.
Okay.
All right, dear. Thank you.
Hi dear.
How are you?
I'm okay. I want to go to Entebbe tomorrow. Do you have space?
Yeah, tomorrow we have flight to Entebbe.
Okay, please. Kindly have get me my ticket.
Okay, dear. Dear, here's your ticket.
Oh,
And thank you for choosing Premier Airlines.
thank you so much. At what time is the check-in, please?
Check-in time tomorrow it will be at 7:30.
I can see it is included.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Enjoy your flight and your holiday.
Thank you so much.
At Premier Airlines, we are committed to providing you with the best travel offers and exceptional service, making every journey easy, fast, and stress-free. From smooth luggage handling to seamless boarding. Our Experienced and dedicated staff are here to ensure your comfort and convenience every step of the way. Book your flight today and discover the skies with Premier Airlines. Visit our head office in Juba at Airport Business Center, Airport Road opposite Sadeco Building. Call the numbers on the screen, or you can as well email us today. We are here to plan your journey. Premier Airlines. Discover the skies.
Juba Eco TV. Information for empowerment.
So it's very bad. I have to put in this car.
Yes, your needs the insurance.
Yes, hello. I just got involved in it. Right. It's really looking terrible.
Would you kindly send me the detail on my WhatsApp? I'm gonna send you our team.
Please do that. Please do that.
Insure with New Sudan Insurance Company. New Sudan Insurance Company offers motor insurance, health insurance, hotel comprehensive insurance, marine hull and cargo insurance, group personal accident insurance, travel health insurance, fire insurance, contractors all risk, workmen compensation insurance, money insurance, goods in transit insurance, life insurance, property all risk insurance, performance bond, plant and machinery insurance, political violence and terrorism cover, and much more.
I will request you sign here. Okay.
New Sudan Insurance Company is your trusted partner in securing what matters most to you. You are not just a policy holder, you are a family. Visit New Sudan Insurance Company website www.nesico.com or call +211 925 955 000 or +211 919 123 678 or +211 925 478 766 to be part of this family and protect what matters most to you. New Sudan Insurance Company, your risk managers in the Republic of South Sudan.
SteamSat Company Limited, a solution to satellite services like DSTV, StarTimes, LNB, all types, subscriptions, free installations. We also do aluminium fabrication to doors, windows, partitioning, suspended ceiling, prefurb, panel cladding, glasses. Call us now on +211 925 068 406 +211 985 068. Email us on bnksolutions@hotmail.com.
Find us on Gudele Road after Pacific Petrol Station on the right hand, just 500 meters from Advance Radio.
The game was on fire. Every pass, every goal, every second, unmissable. Then, blackout. But not all screens go dark. One app, one tap, changes everything. With My Home TV, the match never stops. Live, anywhere, anytime. My Home TV. Your TV, always with you.
This is the Morning Echo.
Welcome back to the news, to the second review and second session of the Morning Echo. I am Nelson Mading. Well, today, let's take a look at the top stories. Juba City Council, Midwest Solution Ltd. and the National Public Health Institute hold a stakeholder seminar on safe medical waste management and environment safety. Let's take a quick look at the video about the speakers actually that spoke yesterday before we come back.
National Public Health Institute. We also have, somebody from Medical Waste Solutions. So these are all the technical experts. So all your questions, you can direct them to them. But just to open this panel discussion, allow me to introduce my panelists once again. We have from WHO, Mr. Chandapiwa, and I got to learn that it means the one who's been given. Yes, that's what it means. And we have His Worship, the Deputy.
Colleagues from the Ministry of Health, colleagues from the various health facilities that are invited here, allow me to first congratulate once again the Midwest Solution for bringing us together here again. As you have heard, my name is Dr. Kidiaga Chong. I am the Executive Director for the National Public Health Institute. It is the public health agency of the government of South Sudan that is mandated legally to lead and coordinate all the activities and initiatives that are intended to protect and ensure the national health security of this country. All the public health related emergencies, research, environmental and industrial health, as well as data security. I'm happy that we are here together to speak about one of very, very important challenges we are facing in this country. As we are here coming from the health facilities. A health facility is a place where we go for healing. It's a place where we go.
Those are some of the speakers that actually were there during City Council and Midwest Solution Company discussion. Well, moving on to our next story in review is South Sudanese kickboxing champion Majuk Gao Juwir appealed for support and amid severe financial difficulties and approximately 6 months of unpaid rent. That is the story we have right there. If you are actually aware of the South Sudanese kickboxing champion Majuk that has been representing the country for quite different number of competitions when it comes to kickboxing. He is in a very bad, serious financial situation right now, and he is appealing for financial assistance, and the country should do more. And that says a lot about how our Olympic and Sport Office is also being affected by the same economic crisis that we are facing in the country. Majuk has been doing a lot in terms of what he can actually do better in his field of participation, which is kickboxing. He had been doing representing South Sudan in numerous times and bringing home great pride and wins, and it's so heartbreaking right there to actually learn that he is really in a bad financial situation of even not paying rent at his place. The third story in review is of course in the health sector. Former Health Minister Yolanda Awel seeks legal dissolution of her marriage to Aggrey Duku amid conflicting claims over the reason for the divorce. As you can see right there, of course, Aggrey Duku and the former Health Minister Yolanda Awel are in the verge of divorce. As I put out yesterday, it was all over social media, including a girl also posting about it, and the minister, the former minister herself, are posting about it, and that is how it actually going to be seen as of today, moving on forward. So we are going to still follow the case in case it is resolved peacefully and each one of them goes separate ways, we will still let you know. And if it has actually been resolved and they get back together, you will still get to find out about that. Yes, of course, it's hard to have two couples in politics. It's very hard to handle the situation when your wife is also a politician and you yourself as a politician. These kind of things hardly go together. As you know, Yolanda is also a member of SPLM-IO, and the husband is a member of SPLM-IIG, who defected from IO to IG. So could the conflict be because of the political problems or what? It's yet to be actually determined, as its story still continues and ongoing. Well, moving on to the diplomatic desk, Foreign Affairs spokesperson Ambassador Apuk Ayuel Mayan briefs the media on the status and activities of South Sudan diplomatic mission abroad. Well, let's take a look at the video and see what she's saying about that case.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation has noted reports by media outlets concerning the operations of the Embassy of the Republic of South Sudan in Nairobi, Kenya, and claims regarding the alleged closure of other South Sudanese diplomatic missions abroad. The embassy in Nairobi has not closed. A temporary technical issue affected some of its operations, and the matter is being resolved. Reports alleging the closure of other South Sudanese embassy are also incorrect. The Republic of South Sudan's diplomatic missions abroad remain operational and continue to discharge their diplomatic functions. The ministry advises the public and the media to rely on official channels for information concerning the operations of South Sudan's diplomatic missions abroad.
Of course, that is some clarification that has been put forward right there by the ambassador herself concerning the concern that was actually raised yesterday morning, and it has been circulating all over the media that the embassy of South Sudan in Nairobi has been shut down due to unpaid rent. But yes, the embassy is still in operation, and the Foreign Affairs Office has clarified on that. Now, looking at still on the diplomatic decks and of course bilateral relations, South Sudan and Sudan signed a memorandum of understanding aimed at strengthening bilateral relations and monitoring implementation of existing agreements. So that's what we have right there. Of course, Sudan and South Sudan officially signed a memorandum of understanding to strengthen relations and the agreement that are already in place before the war erupted in Sudan. And now we are back into normalcy, and people are trying to actually get back to where we actually left. Now moving on to one of the organizations that is actually education institution. Africa Educate, her campaign launched in South Sudan to keep girls in schools and improve completion rates. That is the story we have right there when it comes to education, and there is a program that is known as Africa Educate Her campaign that has been launched officially in the country to elevate and strengthen girls' participation in education, making sure that they don't drop out and they have to complete their education. Well, if you look at classroom right now, if you go to all the schools, be it private or public, majority of the young people who are in the classrooms are girls. Majority of the boys are the minority in the class. I think there should be also a representation or change or a shift in terms of awareness system, that a campaign that has been actually put out there to also include boys. Let's just say children should be actually in school. All children should be encouraged to go to school, and awareness has to be raised at an equal level, because right now it is quite concerning. If you go to the schooling institution, you will find out that majority of the population there are women, and that's what we have right there. Now moving on to our next story is SIA Network Juba launches a 2-day forum focused on youth participation in peace building, governance, and political process. Looking at that story, CIHA Network Juba launches a 2-day forum focused on youth participation in peace building, governance, and political process, and that is the picture that you're seeing right there, because that's where the process, the launching was done, and the people who were actually the participants posed for a picture after the completion of the official launching. That's what we have right there. Now moving on to Central Equatoria governance. Central Equatoria Governor Emmanuel Adil Anthony approves Yei Civil Hospital as a regional referral state hospital. Well, Yei Hospital has now been actually set as a regional referral hospital if you are actually suffering from other part of Equatoria. I think based on the recent improvement of the hospital, here is a destination for you to go and get better, for you to get proper medication, since it has been used at the regional referral hospital for all kind of people who are seeking medical help from across Equatoria and of course South Sudan in general. So that's what we have right there from Central Equatoria government. Well, moving on to Jonglei. Bor Student Association donates nearly 1 ton of medicines, 20 beds and 20 mattresses to 3 health centers in rural Bor. That's the story we have right there. Bor Student Association donates nearly 1 ton of medicines, 20 beds and 20 mattresses to 3 health centers in rural Bor County. And that's very important, of course. We should begin with ourselves. It doesn't matter whatever level you represent in, you must try to put in a word to build the community and give back to the community regardless of how big your handing is or how less your handing is. That is the story we have right there from Jonglei State. Now, of course, moving on to Western Equatoria. Western Equatoria Governor Badagbo Daniel Rimbasa donates 15 million South Sudanese pounds to support community health insurance program. And that is what we have seen from that picture right there, where the governor posts a picture with members of members with disabilities. And it's very important to actually try to do more at your capacity as a state, county, Payam, or even Buma. So it's a great gesture from the governor himself to try to give back to the community, especially the people living with disabilities. Now moving on to, of course, Health Minister Luke Thompson defends his decision to revoke the appointment of the former National Public Health Institute Executive Director. According to the story, Health Minister Luke Thompson defended his decision to revoke the appointment of the former National Public Health Institute Executive Director based on what we actually have on the health decks, and that is the story we have when it comes to people who are asking why did Health Minister Luke Thompson fire the National Public Health Institute Executive Director. That's what we have right there. Now moving on to South Sudan marks World Elephant Day amid report 0 known elephant poaching cases in the Boma landscape as so far in 2026. According to their story, the country marks World Elephant Day and amid reported 0 known elephant poaching cases in the Boma landscape so far in 2026, and that is what we have right there when it comes to the Ministry of Wildlife and the country as a whole. South Sudan also marks South Sudan also, when it comes to IGP, which is General Said Chawul Lom, calls on traffic officers to maintain professionalism amid physical confrontation with motorists. According to the story, the IGP calls on traffic officers to maintain professionalism and avoid physical confrontation. That has been the order of the day, when most of the traffic officers are being seen in physical confrontation with members, let's say with the motorists, across all the roads in Juba City. And that has actually led to him saying, if you know that you are an officer who is not physically fit, don't engage in physical altercation. Follow the law and make sure that you just come in and can intervene as a law enforcement agency without using too much force. Otherwise, it will be too bad for you if you don't have the ability to also protect yourself, because we have been seeing a lot of police officers being thrown to the ground by the motorists. That's what we have right there from the IGP office. Interior Minister Aleu Ayeng Aleu says South Sudan made major mistakes by failing to sufficiently invest in its youth. which is the main issue whereby youth can easily join political affiliated conflict across the country, and also cattle raiding, cattle rusting, and also revenge killing that has been happening in different states like Lake State, Warab, Unity, and as well Eastern Equatoria. So there has been serious mistake from the very beginning of the birth of this country, where youth had never been actually taken into account, so that they are completely engaged to avoid getting into situation like what we are now facing currently, according to the Interior Minister. Our next story is, of course, European Union calls for a stronger community participation and improved governance of land and natural resources. According to the European Union in South Sudan, of course, there is a call for a stronger community participation and improved governance of land and natural resources to avoid land grabbing and to avoid land-related conflicts that are actually happening between people who are herding cattle and people who are also farming. And that is what we have right there from humanitarian decks. Moving on to Eastern Equatoria State, Eastern Equatoria praises Canada's support to the healthcare sector, particularly maternal health and midwifery services in Torit. According to the story, the state praised Canada's support to the healthcare sector, particularly the maternal health and midwifery services that has been happening right there. Moving on to our next story, SPLM lawmaker Moses Athian Deng says he borrowed money to pay for medical treatment after Parliament could not finance his care. According to the story that comes from the Legislative Assembly, SPLM lawmaker Moses Athian Deng says he borrowed money to pay for medical treatment after Parliament could not finance his care. And that is so unfortunate. If you know, Parliament has been having this amount of money that is paid to each and every other MPs for their healthcare system, which actually had been delayed and prompted one of the MPs to borrow money so that his care system has been well taken care of. And that is what we have right there from the Parliament or the Legislative Assembly office. Now, moving on to youth in Mundri is called for an end to violence and killing during International Youth Day commemoration in Lui. According to the story in Western Equatoria, youth in Mundri is called for an end to violence and killing during International Youth Day commemoration in Lui. If you know very well the Mundri County, there are a lot of towns that were famous enough before, let's say after CPA and before CPA, the likes of Lui and Mundri, Kotopi, Prekasiga, these kind of places were famous enough during those days when people used to move from Baragazal, heading to Ye, Kaya to Kovoko. Those towns were most of the towns that we normally pass through and normally know. So that is what we have right there from Western Equatoria. Now moving on to Transport Ministry. Transport Minister Rizik Zakaria Hassan tables a new policy framework for the transport sector before the Transitional National Legislative Assembly. If you know Rizik Zakaria, former governor, the long-serving governor of Western Baragazal, who is currently the Minister of Transport and also the former Minister of Wildlife, he has actually tabled a new policy framework for the transport sector before the National Transitional Legislative Assembly, which is how the best way to deal with how things should be done in the country. Moving on to our final story, where of course SPLM launches membership registration and renewal in Western Equatoria ahead of the December 2026 general election. Those are, of course, the news that we have today in review, the news in reviews that we have for today, Friday, to finalize the week with. I remain Nelson Mading, the host for Morning Echo. Do see you tomorrow because we still have another an exceptional interview that we will have on Wednesday, on Saturday, for the very first time for us to have this thing. At 10 tomorrow, we shall still be in the studio to see what discussion we can make. Do stay with us and continue enjoying the rest of the program that will come to you, of course, be the sport update from Isaac Danish and also the Echo Vibes from Araba Nyachol and the news later in the evening. You will be well covered when it comes to information for empowerment that we have right there. See you tomorrow.
Good to see you. It's been a while. How are you?
Hey.
Are you alright?
That you're doing.
Where are you guys headed to?
Sweetheart, I'm going to Entebbe.
Oh,
I was
amazing.
supposed to go on Tuesday, but I missed that flight.
Of course.
And I have to wait for tomorrow.
That is good that you're also going to Entebbe. But what about you, Diana?
I also had Premier got to Mogadishu from Nairobi.
Okay, that is good.
Since they are dealing with cargo, I also have some cargo I have to send to Mogadishu.
Good. All the best. I just hope you get it and you're through with your cargo. Even you, Vicky.
Thank you, darling.
I just hope you get for tomorrow on your own.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I have to catch up. Let me let you.
Okay.
All right, dear. Thank you.
Hi dear, how are you?
I'm okay. I want to go to Entebbe tomorrow. Do you have space?
Yeah, tomorrow we have flight to Entebbe.
Okay, please. Kindly get me my ticket.
Okay, dear. Dear, here's your ticket.
Oh,
and thank you for choosing Premier Airlines.
Thank you so much. At what time is the check-in, please?
Check-in time tomorrow it will be at 7:30.
I can see it is included.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Enjoy your flight and your holidays.
Thank you so much.
At Premier Airlines, we are committed to providing you with the best travel offers and exceptional service, making every journey easy, fast, and stress-free. From smooth luggage handling to seamless boarding. Our experienced and dedicated staff are here to ensure your comfort and convenience every step of the way. Book your flight today and discover the skies with Premier Airlines. Visit our head office in Juba at Airport Business Center, Airport Road opposite Sadeco Building. Call the numbers on the screen, or you can as well email us today. We are here to plan your journey. Premier Airlines. Discover